All right, chapter 14, data management for business. Learning objectives. After studying this chapter, you will be able to import from various sources, consolidate data from multiple sheets into one sheet, create a series of data using different methods, chart trends and save chart templates, and use additional functions for lookups and logic. So importing and exporting data. You must understand common database functionality and terminology to work efficiently between programs. Tables are made up of fields and records where data is stored in a database. Delimiters are any character used to specify a boundary between fields. CSV is the most common file format for importing and exporting data. It works with Word, Excel, Access, and most accounting and database software. So importing data creates a query, a request for information from an external data source. A query creates a connection between Excel and the data source. You can choose how the data is imported and managed. You can either import the data only once or ensure it is updated continuously. Exporting. To export, save a worksheet as a CSV version. CSV format doesn't support multiple worksheets beyond the one that is active. Therefore, you must save each worksheet individually. When exporting, you can also save an Excel file as a PDF, HTML to create a website. So diving into this, we're going to open up E14 D1 Q1. We're going to do a file save as. Browse. Make sure you're on your thumb drive. And it's going to be E14 D1 Q1 summary. And hit save. Yeah, we didn't make any changes. So whatever it was, we're just doing a save as. Yep. We're going to go to the Feb worksheet at the very bottom. Click on Feb. We're going to go to data. Under get and transformation, we're going to click on from text/CSV. We're going to import the data, navigate to Excel chapter 14. And we're going to select the E14 D1 Q1 Feb. Yep. Click on import. You're going to get this window that pops up. This is a comma delimited. Near the bottom, we're going to click on the drop down for the load. So we're going to go to drop down here. And we're going to click on load to. We're going to leave table selected. And we're going to select an existing worksheet. And that should say equals A or $A $5. And then hit OK. So basically what we did is we took the information that was inside of the Q1 data Feb and brought that into this worksheet. From there, go in and save your worksheet. Okay. So now we're going to do another file save as. I'm going to browse. Make sure you're in your thumb drive. This is E14D2. And hit save. And on this one, we're going to go down to the March or MAR tab. Once again, we're going to data. We're going to go under the get and transformation. We're going to click on the far left where it says get data. We're going to go from database. And we're going to click on Microsoft Access Database. Yes. So now this is just using the Access database that we're going to import data from. So we're going to select the E14D2 March data and hit import. Now you get this thing. So we're going to click on March results. In the navigator on the left where it says March results. You should see some of the data there. We're going to click the drop down next under on the bottom where it says load. We're going to go load to. Once again, we're going to go ahead and leave that at table. And to an existing worksheet. And then we're going to hit OK. So now, basically, we did the same exact thing. Now we have done it from a CSV file. And now we have done it from a Access database file. We imported our data in. CSV. Now, the last one we have is the January. Access database. Nope, not yet. So now we're going to switch over to the January tab. No. We are on number 7 on page 344. Now we're going to go. Hold on. Push the January sheet and then open the E14D2 Vancouver from your Excel folder. Okay, switch to January sheet and then open. So we're going to go to File. We're going to go to Open. Go to Browse. And we're going to go to chapter 14. We're going to find our E14D2 Vancouver. And we're going to open that. We're going to switch back to the E14D2 Q1 summary, so the other workbook that we have here. Either minimize or go down to the taskbar and click on the Excel icon, and it should show you both windows. So we're going to go back to the E14D2. Summary? Yes. And now we're going to select cell F6. What was that? So right. Okay, so now we're going to select cell F6. And we're going to do equals. And now we're going to switch back over to E14D2. So go down to your bottom, go to E14D2, the Vancouver. And on the January sheet, click on cell B6. And then press enter. So now if you look at your formula, it should say E14D2 Vancouver, Jan, and then the file name. So all this is doing is referencing another worksheet. Now, I will tell you just to be careful when you're doing this, because the files have to be saved in the same exact folder. So if for whatever reason, this is saved on your thumb drive and then the other file is saved somewhere else, when you go to open up this file, it might not work because it won't be able to find that file name. So just be very careful that it's able to locate that file name, because you won't get the data if it's not there. Okay. So now in step 7, or in cell in cell F7, we're going to go ahead and repeat the process from step 9. So we're going to do equals, go over to the D2 Vancouver, and we're going to go ahead and select B7 and hit enter. Now we're going to edit the reference in cell F7 to make it relative. So we're going to press F4 3 times and F7. So sorry, click the formula bar up top and then hit F4 3 times. I am on number 11. That's fine. You can go back up there and do it. So click on the formula bar up top and then hit the key F4 3 times. It just made it relative, so it knows exactly which tab. So if we hit enter here, it basically made it relative to know that it always goes back to that cell. F4 3 times. And then we're going to copy the formula from cells F7 down to F11. Yes. Which that still doesn't give me what I want it to. Different numbers. Hold on. You got different numbers? I think I might have hit it too many times. Hold on 1 second. Why? Should look like that. So, yep, you are right. So basically, all we did was make this relative. So that way we're able to copy it down. So the original way, so there's a couple of ways. When you press that F4, the original way we did it, it had $B $6. That means that it will always go back to that same exact cell. It won't change. If you copy that formula down, that formula will not change because it's always going to reference back to that cell. That's an absolute. So now we went to relative where we don't have that dollar there. So that means that we're able to copy it down. So each cell, it will change to the next one because there is no dollar in front of the number. Does that make sense? So that's the reason why we were able to copy that formula. Yes. Okay. We're going to go ahead and close the Vancouver file. So if we go to Vancouver, we could close that out. And then we're going to save the workbook. So summarizing data. When summarizing data across platforms, pivot tables and 3D references may not be the best choice. You can consider using other Excel tools such as queries, Power Pivot, Cube, data models. These are just different ways that you're able to see your data and query between different aspects. So we're going to dive into this a little bit more. So we're going to do another file save as. Browse And this is going to be E14 D3. And then hit save. We're going to go over to the Q1 summary worksheet. We're going to go up to data, data tools, and we're going to go to consolidate. So you should get a box that pops up that says consolidate. And now we're going to follow the steps. You're on page 346. Number 3. So we're going to go click in the reference box. And then we're going to click on Jan. And we're going to select the range of A5 through F11. And then we want to check top row and left column. And then we're going to click add. And then we're going to go ahead and click on the February tab. And we're going to select the same exact range, and it should have already updated for you. It should already tell you February A5 through F11. We're going to hit add again. And then we're going to do the same thing for March. We're going to click on March. And then we're going to click add. So you should have all 3 of those now in the all references location. Once you're done with that, go ahead and hit OK. So now in cell A15, we're going to type the heading of Q1 space average. Averages. So now we're going to select the range of A3 through G5. Use the format painter to copy the formatting and apply it. So we're going to copy this. So if you go to home, under the clipboard, there's format painter. We're going to click on that. That should copy it for us. And then we're going to apply it to the range of A15 through G15. Oh, sorry, G17. Okay. So now we're going to select cell A17. We're going to go back to the consolidate tool. So under data and then consolidate. We're going to change the function to average. Data tools. So we're changing the function over to average. And then we're going to hit OK. And that should give you that data. So it's still taking everything that you already entered into your consolidate and just still using that same data. Now we're going to select the range of B18 through F23 and change the number format to comma style and remove the decimals. So I'm going to go to home. Under number, I'm going to just click on the comma. And then I'm going to remove the decimals. Under home, number, and then the little comma there. And remove decimals, and then save your worksheet. Okay. Advanced options for filling a data series. So you can create a data series based on existing data, past trends, or anticipated linear and exponential growth rates. There are many options for how to create a data series. It can be created in rows or columns. It can be linear growth date or autofill. You can choose the step value or let Excel determine the trend. So it's really up to you on how you want to do it. But let's go ahead and dive into it. So once again, we're going to do another file save as. Browse. And make sure you're in, or we're going to save it as E14D4 Q1 summary. We're going to switch over to the Q2. What? No. Q2 projections. We're going to select the range of D6 through G6. So D6 through G6. Go to home, and we're going to go to editing. So the sub of editing. And we're going to go to fill. And we're going to go to series. And in series dialog box, we're going to choose growth. So under type, we're going to go with growth. And then in the step value, we're going to enter in 1.03. And we're going to go ahead and hit OK. So that should grow that by 103% or an increase of 3%. And cell G7, so we're going down to G7. Nope. We're going to enter in 61500. And then we're going to select the range of D7 through G7. And that should be 3 zeros. D7 to G7. Yep. To G7. And we're going to go back to the editing, fill, and series. So home tab. Okay. Leaving all the settings as they are. And if you note, it will already have your step value of what it needs to get to each one. So basically taking your beginning result and your ending result, it knows what steps it needs to take for April and May to get to those results. Yeah, well, hold on. No. No. And then hit OK. Okay. And then select the range D8 through G9. D8 to G9. And fill in the 2 series using a linear increase and a step value of 3,000. So we're going to go back to our editing series. And we're going to do a step value of 3,000. And then we're going to hit OK. Yeah, linear shit. Yeah. So now that should give you your values for the bus tours and excursions. Now we're going to select the range of C10 through G10. And we're going to fill this series using the growth increase. So we're going to go back to our fill series. We're going to growth. and selecting the trend option. So we're going to check mark trend. And then we're going to go ahead and hit OK. So now this is just going to take the trend from what is seen in February and March, and it says if it keeps on going, these are the numbers you should have going up to June. So we have done growth, we have done linear, and then you can see how it's basically able to predict for you as it moves forward. The next one we're going to do is C11 through G11. Do another fill, so fill series. This is going to be linear, and we're going to do trend. And then hit OK. That was number 10, yes. Now we're going to insert a heading in cell H5 for total. And then use the auto sum to insert totals for each category in the range H6 through H11. So you can go to data, or sorry, formulas, auto sum, and that will automatically sum up those ranges for you. And you can hit enter. And then what I would just do is just basically flash fill it down where it will use that to fill the rest of those formulas for you. So now to make it easier to read, select the ranges B6 through G6. And H6 through H11. So hold down the control key and you're able to select both of those. So B6 through G6 and H6 through H11. And we're going to apply a county. So home, oh, the comma. And then we're going to go comma style. So if you select the comma, and then we're going to remove the decimals from that. B7 through G11, yes. And then hit save. So additional charts in chart tools. There are more than just column, bar, line, and pie charts to choose from. You could do a histogram chart, good for grouping large amounts of data and showing the distribution. The Pareto chart, based on the 80-20 rule, and shows the significance of contributions of parts relative to the whole. There are several additional chart types. Trend lines are indicators of overall increases or decreases in data and are useful for future projections. You can save a chart as a template so you can use the format again with the new data. But you have your waterfall, you have your funnel, you have your sunburst, your box and whisker, and then your stock charts. All different stock charts are different charts that you're able to use. So applying a chart, we're going to go ahead and do another file save as. Browse, and this is going to be E14D5 Q1 summary. And now we're going to select the ranges A5 through A11. And so we're going to hold down the control key and H5 through H11. We're going to go to Insert. Then we're under Charts. We're going to go to Insert Static Chart. Insert Static Chart. Oh, statistics, sorry. Yeah, if I can read. Insert statistic chart. And we're going to go down to Pareto, Pareto. And then hit OK. Or just select that one. We're going to drag the chart and place it below the data. So we're going to move that chart over below the data. And we're going to delete the chart title. So right here, we're going to delete that. So if you click on chart title and press delete, it should get rid of it for you. Now we're going to select the next range of A5 through G7. So A5 through G7. And we're going to insert a 2D clustered column chart. So back to insert. And we're going to go to a clustered column chart, 2D. Drag the chart position to the right of the data. So under here, so it's going to be your first one. And then we want to do the first one there. Clustered columns. If your queries window is still open, go ahead and close it. And we're going to drag this one over to the right of our data. Now what's still being inside your chart, we should have chart design that should be highlighted up top. We're going to go to chart layouts, which is on the left. We're going to go to add chart element. We're going to go to trend line. And we're going to go linear. Should get this box that pops up. We want to go all inclusive and then hit OK. Now we want to format our chart with style 14 in monochronic colors of your choice. So chart 14, so under chart styles, you want to find chart 14 or style 14. And then we want to go ahead and choose the colors that you want to use. So you can go to change colors and you can choose whatever the monochronic colors that you want to use. After that, we're going to right click on the chart. And we're going to go to save as template. So now we're saving that chart as a template. Make sure you browse to your thumb drive. And you can just leave it at, we're going to change that name to linear trend. Huh? I don't have one, but you might. And then hit save. For the next chart, we're going to select the ranges A5 through G5 and A8 through G9. A5 through G5. Yep, A5 through G5 and A8 through G9. And then we're going to go to insert charts once again. So insert, under charts, we're going to go to recommended charts. And the chart dialog box, click the all charts tab. We're going to templates. And mine isn't there, so we're going to go to manage templates. You should get this box that comes up. Browse to your thumb drive. And you can open that one. Oh, well, no. Oh, it wants to give me problems. Yeah, I know, but I thought I could cheat. Yeah, hold on. We're gonna have to change this. I was trying to do it so they could do it at home also. So that's why I was trying to, but it looks like it won't allow me to move the chart area. So what we're gonna have to do, since I cheated, we're gonna cancel. So close that box and hit cancel there. We're gonna right click on our chart again, the old chart. Yeah. And we're gonna go to save as template. And we're gonna save it here as the same thing, linear trend. Right where you're at inside the charts folder. I was trying to cheat so you guys could take it home, but it wouldn't let me do it. Hit save. Now we're going to go back and select our data again. So A5 through G5. And then A8 through G9. And we're going to do recommended charts. And now our charts. And if you go to templates, your chart should be there. So go ahead and click on your template and hit OK. So now we have our next chart that was there. And we're going to drag the chart to the position it below the projected revenue chart. So right underneath this one. And we're going to change the title to projected revenue. So right here for the chart title, we're going to go ahead and change that to projected revenue. Oh, I missed that step. And then for the one above it, we're going to call that one projected revenue also. So the two charts on the right-hand side should be called projected revenue. After that, go ahead and save your worksheet. So now, last but not least, SX lookup. This can replace and simplify other lookup processes. It looks for an exact match by default and allows you to search in any direction, up, down, left, or right. So, newer tool inside of 2021. So let's see how this tool works out. I'm going to go to File, go to Save As. Browse. This is going to be E14 D6 Q1 summary. We're going to go to the employee sheet on the bottom. We're going to go into cell K6. And we're going to type in equals index, open parenthesis, A5 colon A33, comma, match, open parenthesis, K5, comma, C5, colon, C33, comma, 0, and then close parenthesis, close parenthesis. And hit enter. So basically what we told that to do is we're taking an index, which an index means that it's going to store all this information. And then we're telling it to match the record in K5, which is the ID number, in the range of C5 through C33. So it's telling you, take my ID number of 17641, look in the range of C5 through C33, and then find the name that matches that, which in this case is going to be Christian. Now in cell K7, we're going to use the X lookup function. So define the employee's last name by looking up the ID number. So we're going to do an equals X lookup, open parenthesis, K5, comma, C5, colon, C33, comma, B5, colon, B33, comma, open parenthesis, or open, what's that, parenthesis? Think so? Forget what that's called. Open quote, not found, close quote, close parenthesis. No. So this time, instead of doing an index and doing a match, we basically said, once again, look at the record in K5, which is the employee number. We're going to take the range of C5 through C33, which is the employee ID, and we want to find the record in B5 through B33, which is the last name. And if it wasn't there, we want it to display not found. So that way, if we're looking for something and it comes up not found, there's no match. So now we're in delete the contents of K5. And now you should see where everything else says NA and your last name says not found. It wasn't able to find a blank record. So now in K5, we're going to enter in a new ID number of pound 13041 and press enter. That should come back as your Sarah Goldman. So it's doing a lookup on that employee number. It's telling you that they're a manager in New York and a salary of $52,000, which in my opinion is not enough for New York. So now we're going to select cell H5. And we're going to enter a formula here. And we're going to do equals and A-N-D, open parenthesis, F5 equal open quote, manager, close quote, comma, G5 is less than 50,000. Close parenthesis. So basically all we're saying is that we're looking to see if the manager salary is less than 50,000, and we're going to hit enter. So of course, the first one should be false because they're not a manager. Now we're going to copy that formula down for all employees. So now, of course, you can either drag it down. I like to double click where it makes my life easier. So if you double click on the corner with the black cross, you should get it to copy all the way down. So as you see, for the second line, it should be true for that manager. They're making less than 50,000. Now we're going to modify that formula in H5 by nesting the in function as follows. So we're going to go back to our formula up here in H5. And where it says equals, we're going to put if, open parenthesis, and then we're going to go all the way to the close parenthesis that we have. We're going to put a comma, open parenthesis, or open quotation, sorry, review, close quotation, comma, open quotation, space, open quotation, close parenthesis. So it's a lot. If we press enter here, so basically all this is doing is it took our statement and it's doing an if. So if it is not a manager, we're going to go ahead and do a blank line. Yes, it hits us blank. So now we're going to copy that formula down for everybody. If I did it right, the ones that make less than 50,000, they should be set for review. Everybody else should be blank. Now we're going to use the fill handle to copy cell G4 into cell H4. So we're going to go to our home, fill handle, G4. Oh, sorry. Click on G4. We're going to do the, oh no, what am I doing? Fill handle. Huh? Yes. Fill handle, use the fill handle to copy cell G4 into cell H4. So I'm gonna just go here, copy it over. And then we're gonna change the heading to salary review. And then save and close your worksheet.